Fuck out of here, fool. What's going on out there, family? My 1011 family, how y'all doing out there? Welcome back to the 1011 Showcast. I'm your host, DJ 1011, with my co-host,
G. Dillon.
What's happening, G. Dillon, man?
I'm all good, baby.
That's
I'm all
around the
good,
call.
man.
You
Feel
know
like
what
it's
I'm
been a
saying?
minute, but yeah, I'm looking forward to today.
Feeling good, man.
Feel real good.
Been a lot going on, man. As
For sure.
usual.
As usual.
As usual, a lot of shit going on, you know what I'm saying?
Yep, but we're going to bring it to the people.
Niggas being niggas. And you know how it go.
Well,
Hey, that's the thing, man. You know, I had a conversation, and that word, the N word, man, which is nigga, that a lot of us like to use, but we just use it as a sense of endearment to each other, or nigga, where you been, or you know what I'm saying, nigga, what you got going on and shit.
Right.
And some people don't like that. Black people, you know what I'm saying? Some black people, because they feel we get upset when other races and things said. What's your take on using the N-word?
So, I guess I have a love-hate relationship with the word. There are periods of time where I just really make a conscious effort not to use it. Now, I get part of the argument being, I think as a coping mechanism over the years, I think we've taken the word and we've tried to take some of the power away from the word. Mm-hmm. So, with the feeling like if you use it a lot, it numbs you, and it doesn't really have the same effect or evoke the same type of feeling.
So you think that's where it came from, us using it on the regular, and that's where it originated from?
I kind of think to a certain degree, yeah, and I think you see evidence of that in other ethnic groups, to a certain degree. I've seen it, probably not nearly as profoundly as I do in our community. Right. That being said, even though that I think that has been our effort, I don't think it has really worked.
Why you think it worked?
Well, because, you can have a motherfucker, they calling each other the N-word all day and all night. A white boy walk into the room and call you an MF and N-word. You either break it down in tears or you whooping somebody's ass. Right? So that tells me.
Yeah, the average person, like you said, I try not to give it that much power, but like you said, the average motherfucker. Yeah.
So that tells me that the word still holds a lot of power, in it. So, and I like we know people who use it just in general around whoever, whenever.
I mean,
I'm kind of guilty. No matter who's around.
Oh no, I don't do that.
But I think we have to acknowledge the fact that we got a lot of our white brothers and sisters out there, Hispanic or whatever. They are brothers and sisters, and they friends of the program. They friends. And I think we have to acknowledge the fact that particular word has a lot going with it. And that can make people who are friends uncomfortable. Yeah. That's just a fact. Now, some people say, oh, well, they deserve, well, I don't know. Do they? Do they just, if I'm your friend, do I deserve to be uncomfortable? No. You know what I mean? So I think we need to, I think we don't need to be. We definitely don't need to be afraid to relook at that word and our relationship with that word.
I don't. Like I said, I try not to give that word too much power. Like you said, yeah, certain people, if they get to saying it with emphasis and shit, yeah, it'll probably trigger something. But nah, I don't try to use it like if we're going to do a business meeting, we got all type of ethnic groups in there. I'm not gonna be in there, nigga this and nigga that. Like, nah, I try to. I more so use the word like, I mean, when I'm at home and I'm kicking and I call my brother, man, hey, Joe, fuck you over there doing or something. You know what I'm saying? I talk to him like that or something. I ain't finna talk like that to every motherfucker or be out just talking like that. Like, no, I don't. So I get where you coming from. I mean, I don't have a problem with the word, but like you said, obviously it don't. We try to turn it around and make it not give it so much power, but it got a lot of power. People have threw their life away.
Yeah.
Because a Caucasian person have called them the N-word, and they be trying to kill them, and you can't whoop no motherfucker 'cause they called you the N-word. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you definitely have to have enough awareness to know that regardless of how that word may make you feel, you got to always be aware of the bigger picture. And, like we've had discussion in the past, a lot of them folks out there, wearing the MAGA hats and all that shit, they sole purpose is to get you off your square and have you out here acting a damn fool.
And see that, and that's why I don't do that. I'm intelligent enough to know that, but it ain't a lot of people
a lot of
who got that common sense.
That.
I got common sense. You got common sense to know that. Oh yeah, this motherfucker just trying to get us, but he can get your ass locked up, or he can possibly shoot your ass because you touched him. They looking for them two reasons. I'm gonna kill his black ass today. I'm gonna get his black ass locked up. So you got to learn how to.
They getting the police involved.
Yeah.
And
now you can't get a job.
Like I'm completely on board with the police need to get their shit together. At the same time, like we have talked about in the past,
get our shit together.
I do everything I could possibly do on my end,
make sure
I had no police involvement in none of my fucking life. Because that's one thing I know works as far as fucking with the police, not fucking with them.
Exactly. Oh, that's the best thing. I don't want to have no interaction with police if I ain't got to.
So I'm keeping my stickers and shit straight. I'm keeping my license in order. I'm out here in these motherfucking streets, minding my fucking business, paying attention to what I'm doing out here. And now, if some shit go down,
can't avoid it,
and I can't avoid it, I do what I got to do. But I'm doing everything I can possibly do to not have to fuck with the police. And now let me say this: it has been a long time since I really came up against a policeman who was fucked up like that. You know what I mean?
But that's because you know how to deal with them too.
But you just don't know. And I think, this is kind of getting off subject. I think some of the things that have transpired with the Black Lives Matter movement and some of these issues being brought really in focus and really to the forefront of the discussion because of all these videos. I think there are a lot of policemen out there who really kind of get it and who see like shit. This ain't no good look. And because when I encounter policemen, I always try to speak and be friendly and be like, hey man, how you doing today, officer? Blah blah blah.
I mean, that's just you in general. It ain't just with the police. You do that with people. You know what I'm saying?
And like I've always kind of tried to be like that. But like in the past, you get them guys, they had them for crew cuss and shit, and they be looking at you like they ready to call you the N-word.
Dude.
But now a lot of them, oh man, we appreciate that, sir. Blah 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 blah. So things are changing.
Only a fucking idiot. Like you said, they see only a fucking idiot or asshole would not see it. You can see it's right there. Right, if you want to change it or be a better person, it's all on you. But you see this shit.
Oh yeah,
white, black, Hispanic.
Yeah,
you see this shit. You can't tell me a lot of this shit you don't see. Like you said, some shit people bring on themselves, but some shit you just be like, yeah, now they was wrong for that. You know what I'm saying?
And the N-word thing. I think one thing we have to really think hard on and look at is you can't name no other group of people that take a derogatory term given to them by white folks and use it on themselves every day, all day.
And laugh at this shit
and
what
laugh
up, nigga?
About it. I mean,
that show you how much.
But we ain't nobody been traumatized like
I'm
we
finna
have.
say that show you how much trauma we have been able to.
So
we have built ourselves to deal with. Like, oh, that's minor shit. The shit we done dealt with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So could you imagine calling some other people some of the names?
Oh like, my God!
So that just lets you know how traumatized and it hurt we done dealt with. Like, oh, that's minor, mother. You talking about nigga? And that's how I feel about the word. Like, Everybody be like, hey, as long as you don't get all in my face and you don't touch me. I was one of the true guys who sticks and stone may break my bone, but word never. I always took that and ran with it.
And I mean, you look at other ethnic groups, the Chinese in this country, most recently, people from Southeast Asia, Vietnam and whatnot, when they, after Vietnam and they began to escape communist Vietnam and they settled like down in Texas along the Gulf Coast and some of the stuff they dealt with, the Mexicans in this country. So, I mean, we're not the only group by any stretch that has dealt with this type of shit. But, none of these other groups have had like actual legislation put in place to fuck with them. You know what I mean? And as we have risen out of some of this shit, it has helped raise and bolster some of these other groups as well.
Right.
And that's why I get kind of upset when I see us at war, at odds
with each other,
with other ethnic groups in this country. And now I get it, some of them ethnic groups they don't want to in any way, shape, or form be associated with us because they don't want any of that stigma put on them.
Yeah.
Because of the association. And I get that. But it's this just leads into such a big discussion and such a huge discussion.
Relationship with the N-word.
Yeah, I still use it from time to time.
So why do you use it and not just throw it away altogether?
Sometimes I use it like me and you talking or whatever. Like if I call you over there, what up, nigga? And it's like it's just a term of endearment or just a word. But sometimes I say to myself, I'm just not gonna use it, and I'm not gonna use it because I understand the connotation that it has. I understand the origins of the word. I understand that the use of the word can turn people who are otherwise friends, make them uncomfortable. So and it really don't. For me, it ain't a necessary word.
Right. You in a good spot because you kind of understand the meaning or the hurt behind the word and all that. Because you got the young people, they don't really they understand it, and they like what nigga, you know what I'm saying? So you in a good spot where you get it, you know what I'm saying? So they don't get that shit, you know what I'm saying?
And then sometimes like when it'll pop out somewhere and they get real mad about it, I'm like, y'all don't even really know what the fuck you get mad about.
They just get mad because people say they should get mad.
Yeah.
He called you a nigga. Like, they don't understand.
Like if I walk outside the door right now and a white boy ran to me and called me that, I might kind of laugh at first.
You might say, you sitting there, come whoop one. That's what you gonna say. I'm gonna laugh.
It's like, motherfucker, you better keep it moving.
Exactly.
You gonna have some
I ain't gonna be chasing this car. You
motherfucker
chasing this car down the street.
That ain't gonna be the only thing you gonna want to call me after this encounter is over.
And that's my thing. I don't get that much power. I ain't finna be motherfucker pull up. Oh, move out the way, you nigga. I'm chasing this car shit. Oh, motherfucker. Like, nah.
I was riding one day.
You can't get me off my square like that.
Where was I at? I was on 95th Street. I was probably around Cicero somewhere. And I'm just riding, listen to a little music. Oh, white boy, man, pull up next to me, old pickup truck and shit. He classic looking motherfucker. Motherfucker, classic and shit. And I just kind of happened to glance over and that motherfucker miled that shit to me. I was like,
just for nothing. Just because you enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
You singing. I'm saying you just enjoying. He see a smile on your face.
I guess maybe he was giving it a test to see if it really worked.
He see a smile on your face.
And I just busted out laughing. I gave him the finger. I was like, man, get the fuck out of here. So I started laughing.
And that's my take on it.
It kind of surprised him and shit. I was like,
yeah, because he want to get you off your square. He can shoot you with this mother shotgun. He got in the back or call police on your ass. So we got to stop giving that word so much power. Yeah, a lot of shit we shouldn't do. I be saying to myself, you need to stop always cursing and shit. But you still got to be true to yourself. Yeah. I think it's a certain environment you shouldn't be using it in. You shouldn't be just at the table with a bunch of Caucasian people using that and you know what I'm saying? I mean, me and you together, you my nigga. So you know what I'm saying? We
Right.
talk like this and shit.
I guess I've always, and I guess maybe I was raised to think like this, but it's a lot of things that I say and do only in certain situations.
Yeah,
like you'll never hear me curse around kids.
Yeah.
You know, I just
Elderly
don't.
people.
Like
know what I'm
my
saying?
son is 18, and he probably just in the last year or two maybe start hearing me say a curse word or two.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm cussing around kid, man. Sit your motherfucking nappy head ass down. Fuck her. What Bernie man say? I'll fuck a kid up, hit him in the head.
like when I used to smoke, I never smoked around kids.
Mm-hmm.
I never even smoked. I never smoked in my own house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like smoking and all that, but I ain't like smelling like smoke.
I think
I don't like my house smelling like smoke.
I think it's a way that it's just a time and place for it. Yeah, we could have to worry with disappear today. It ain't like I'm finna melt or nothing or I'm finna die and shit, but I just feel it's places and people you use that around, and you know what I'm saying? Just like I don't cuss around. I ain't cussing around on elderly people or my mom. My mom don't play because my mom taught me that. You know, it's just a sign of respect. Yep. You finna be, bitch, where you going? And this 80-year-old lady sitting right here, it's just disrespectful. Motherfucker be, I'm grown. That had nothing to do with it, bro. I get it. If you grown, act like it. Part of being grown is acting like being mature enough, not just doing what the fuck you want to do. That's not being grown. Being grown is knowing when to shut shit off, stop being a kid, and grow up and being mature. And so that's what I call being grown. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So people just feel like they age. I'm 20, I'm 30, I'm grown. You don't act like you act like a kid. But yeah, the N word, it's a fight. I could not use it. I ain't gotta just use it like that. It ain't gonna kill me if we just got rid of it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, because like I've never been, regardless of the relationship that I have with the word, I've never been that guy, trying to coach or tell anybody else how to use it. Everybody, everybody does what they do. They do.
If they ask you, you'll tell them like, I think
but
using that around now.
If after the next meeting they came out and said, hey y'all, we not using that word no more. I mean,
I ain't gonna die.
I ain't gonna be mad.
Yeah, I ain't gonna die. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of that shit just come back to loving yourself, man. I always tell people, you always told people that love yourself, love each other. You know what I'm saying? So you love yourself, and that goes into something else I want to talk about, man. You ever feel like you been out here, man, you break your neck, you doing this, I'm gonna make sure everybody's squared away, whether it's your parent, your significant other, your child, your brothers, sisters, or whatever, and you feel like in all of this trying to make everybody else happy, I'm losing my own happiness. Just trying to make sure they straight, and at times you feel like ain't no motherfucker care about how I feel, or even myself I ain't caring about how I feel, I'm worried about them. And then you lose your own happiness. I think a lot of times where depression comes from. Have you ever felt like you lost yourself trying to make other people happy? Whether it be your job, okay, I'm going to stay and do this and shit. And I'm at end wits with this motherfucker. I need to leave. Have you ever found yourself like that?
Yeah, there's a couple of different ways I've looked. It can be looked at, or I have looked at it.
Okay, how you look at it?
Sometimes I think you end up feeling like that because you've put way too much importance on the shit that you do. You know what I mean? Like at the job. You
value
you put a little too much value on what it is.
I never looked at it like that.
And you ain't really doing as much.
What you think?
You ain't doing no shit that's worth another motherfucker giving a fuck about like that.
Okay.
What I'm saying.
I never looked at it like that, G-Ball.
Like at the job, like I think I do a good job, and I'm experienced, and I'm attentive, and I do what I do. But if every day I'm coming to you, I'm complaining about some shit about how our manager ain't looking at me or is not appreciative of what I'm doing and all of that shit.
I say this nigga acting like a bitch.
Right? Because it's 3 other shifts with a motherfucker on their shift that's
doing the same shit. Or more.
So what's making my shit that much more valuable?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I never really looked at it like that. That's a good point. Sometimes you put too much value on your shit. Now, I get that. I like that. So I ain't never looked at that. Go ahead.
So now, from a relationship perspective,
what kind of significant other? Just family relationship?
Let's say significant other.
Okay.
Now, I've been sitting up in that house mad at the motherfucker like, man, I wish she would blah, 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 saying to myself.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, you're supposed to have a nurturing relationship with your partner and help your partner. But at the same time, everybody got other shit to be worried about. And you know what I mean? And you can't just put yourself at the forefront and put all that on this other person. You have to really actively do some things in your life to look out for your damn self.
Yep, and that's what I'm saying. Like
like I hear motherfuckers complain about how they had some money and they spent all their money taking care of everybody else, and there wasn't no money left, and they mad about it and blah blah. Man, well,
you should have bought yourself something first, motherfucker.
You should have hooked your shit up off top.
Yeah. I believe in that. I believe in self-love like that, man. But I have been in a couple. It ain't been often because I love myself, but it been times.
And like I gave you a classic example of my house. All right, so we did a big remodel. Remodeled a complete gut remodel on the kitchen and two of the 3 bathrooms, some new floors, bunch of shit.
Sound like this nigga got some money, don't y'all? We gonna rob you, nigga.
Shit, nigga had some money.
We gonna rob you, nigga.
So after all was said and done, everybody's bathroom got done but mine. So, my parents used to stay there, and then me and my family. And then when my parents were gone, we decided to just basically, we weren't interested in renting to no damn body. Mm-hmm. So we just decided to turn it into basically one big house. So, we remodeled the upstairs and the back of the kitchen and all of that. And then like my man cave and my closet and all that stuff is downstairs. So I got new floors and stuff downstairs and painted and all that. But the only thing that didn't get done was my bathroom. Well, one day I was sitting up there trying to feel some kind of way about that shit. And I was talking a little shit. And but then I caught myself. I'm like, that shit really ain't that damn important to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And everybody else was cool.
So you just finna talk shit just because you feel like you ain't have it, but you looking like it ain't up as important to me. Really I just want to talk shit because they got that shit did. My shit.
Oh, yeah, that's all. That's all it was.
It wasn't finna be a killer.
And at the same time, I done bought probably 200 albums. And, I done bought a bunch of shit.
Shit that make you happy.
Some suits and
so
shit.
So you did buy the shit that really make you happy.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I'm good.
I never really looked at it in a lot of situations, like you said, like maybe what motherfucker putting importance on, it ain't that important, motherfucker. You think that shit super important because you doing it, or I ain't gonna never say it ain't important, but you putting too much value on it, and you feel like, oh, motherfucker, I did this, and then motherfucker looking like, and then they get to breaking down the shit they did. It'd be like, motherfucker, I did this, that, and that too. But
right. Everybody think that shit is important.
Yeah, cause I have found myself like, man, I do this for this motherfucker, this girl, or I do this for my daughter, or I do this, and they don't even appreciate me, and it do make you get, depressed at times. Like motherfucker don't appreciate you. So I appreciate you telling me just the other end of the spectrum, cause I never even looked at it like that, G. Dillon. So I appreciate that, cause now it opened my mind up to a broader thing. Like motherfucker, you putting this most important in shit. This shit what you supposed to do anyway. Some of this shit, you know what I'm saying? Would it make you happy not doing it for them or doing it for them? Would that really make you happy?
No.
I'm just, I'm saying this to say, like you said though. You had the money first. Buy you some motherfucking socks and drawers or something. Make yourself happy. Don't be telling me I spent all my money, ain't got nothing for me. Take care of you first and shit. Take care of what you're supposed to take care of. Right. Take care of you first, because I think that's why a lot of depression and shit is going on. People feel like, oh, I'm not appreciated. Ain't nobody here for me and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
And then, then you have to have realistic expectations. Particularly with the remodel shit, like the example I gave, that shit always costs more than originally estimated.
Yeah,
pretty much always.
Yeah, because you already got that.
Especially if you living in an older older property.
It's like going to get an oil change, nigga.
You don't know what the fuck.
Say, bro, I can't get an oil change. You tell me I need brakes. I need a whole new front end.
You got a car with 300,000 miles on it, and you mad when somewhere else is wrong.
Yeah. So yeah.
But I mean, so and at the end of the day, it's just for me personally. I always feel better, and I'm always able to control situations when I may not be feeling at my best. I may have a little depression or something going on.
I think we all have that.
I always am able to come out of it a little faster and a little better and a little easier when I take the emphasis off myself. I stop having these thoughts about me.
Yeah.
And then I'm able to look out and look at my family, look at some of the things around me, some of the things that I have, and I know people that struggle, you know what I mean? And I'm like,
I'm glad. I mean, even
what the fuck the hell you upset about?
Even these perspectives that you telling me is helping me right now. You know what I mean? 'Cause I have got frustrated and feel like I ain't appreciated, or I'm trying to make another motherfucker happy. So I appreciate you telling me that, you got a couple years on me, so you have experience you have experienced more than me. And I appreciate you telling me that, because now, like you said, make me look at it at a broad. I never looked at it like that. Like, nigga, maybe you putting too much value on the little shit you do. Like, that shit you gonna have to do anyway if you ain't got some motherfuckers no way shit. You just there around and shit. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we might get caught up in thinking the motherfuckers supposed to, so you do something, bow and give your appreciation award and shit. Like, nah, motherfucker, ain't nobody finna give you no appreciation.
You out here doing the shit you supposed to be doing.
Yeah, pay the bill. So yeah, but yeah, don't lose.
And don't get me wrong, everybody likes to feel appreciated.
Yeah, oh yeah,
that's just a natural human thing. But
and I'm sure on my both ends, I'm sure somebody that felt I ain't appreciate them at times.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like we talk about being married or being in a long-term relationship.
Yeah,
and you always be keeping score and shit in your head.
Yeah.
And both sides of the relationship do that. Everybody kind of put a little more value or emphasis on the shit that they do. And then other shit, that's okay. I mean, I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's okay. My shit okay.
But my shit, the shit I'm doing, the shit I'm doing now, that's the real shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, we all do that shit.
But
we all do.
Yeah.
And then, like my girl, man, I be talking that shit, and I know damn well if the shit that she does, she stop doing it, I'm all fucked up.
You're gonna be pitching a bitch.
All fucked up.
So, but you just learn to love yourself. Take time out to yourself. Go out and eat by yourself. Go out and have a drink by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Go take a stroll around your neighborhood, around the block a couple times. Take a walk. Listen to your music by yourself. I think the importance of me time is what I think people don't. Because people feel like they revolve their life around these people. You got to love yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to take time out for you. And you know what I'm saying? You can't be scared to do that. You got to just do that. Like, hey, look, I'm finna go take me a walk, or I'm finna ride my bike around. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little exercise. So I think that's a big part of it. Like, people don't take time out for themselves, and they's always thinking about other people. And that's part of your fault. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to do that.
One thing I've started doing is at least a couple of times a month, like on an off day, I sleep in a little bit. Oh, and not always sleeping. Sometimes I'll get up early. I'll work out. I'll go outside if the weather's nice. I'll read a couple of chapters in a book that I'm reading. I'll do some crossword puzzle.
That mother said crossword puzzle. What the fuck?
Yeah. I do crossword.
What it called? What it called?
Sudokus. No, that's something completely different.
Well, I can do a crossword puzzle. Go ahead. You
do crossword puzzles, man. I
got
that from my mother, man.
Okay, if that's what you like.
Doing crossword puzzles and watching Jeopardy.
My mama be doing crossword puzzles and watching Jeopardy.
I just said, man, your mama do crossword puzzles, but you talking shit like I'm the weirdest motherfucker in the world.
No, I thought he was a young player. That mean he old in the motherfucker then.
Yeah, shit.
Nah. Hey, mama, I ain't calling you old. I'm sorry. I take that back.
I thought that had already been established. But yeah, and then, I'll shave my head and trim my beard and all the meat.
You take that, yeah.
I did that. Like I take the first.
Like how women call it pamper day, you
4 or
pamper
5
yourself.
hours of the day.
How women call it pamper day, you pamper yourself.
I have some music on.
Okay.
And
That's
I
cool.
do a facial, do all that shit.
And shit as little as that make you happy.
Oh yeah, it'd be good.
So it'd be good. Yeah,
Yeah,
good. And I think you do that. You know me, I like music and just to watch my sport and shit, sit down and don't be interested. Just watch my basketball game or something. So yeah, little shit make you happy. You got to make yourself happy when it all said and done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so,
and they tell women that all the time. You know, women are nurturers in their families and they taking care of kids and taking care of their husbands and doing this and doing
and
that.
they gotta take a break for themselves.
You gotta rejuvenate yourself to put yourself in a better position
and
to take care of
podcasts
people.
are like that, and they be like, I can't leave my kids with somebody, and that girl, the other lady, like, girl, you better take some time to yourself and shit. Them kids ain't going no motherfucking way. I get it, cause you're a nurturer, like you said, but they like, you gotta take that time for yourself. You gonna go crazy in that motherfucker.
Kids will be all right.
Yeah, you gonna go crazy in that motherfucker. So you know what I'm saying? Love yourself is all. Take time out for yourself. I think that's mainly what it comes to. Just take time out to yourself. And I don't even think it'd be a lot of time. Like G. Dillon said, he helped me out with that. I think sometimes we put too much emphasis on what we like. It's groundbreaking shit. Don't get me wrong. People appreciate it, and everybody like to be feel appreciated. You know what I'm saying? For you to show your appreciation. But, nigga, you got like this some groundbreaking shit you doing. Like, you putting too much value on it. Calm down, nigga. So
it's about
that.
about 2.5 billion motherfuckers on the planet also doing the same shit.
Twice what you doing. Shit. You know. And some more shit. So you had to do what this motherfucker doing. You jump off the bridge. I'm out of this motherfucker. Hey, I got other shit I want to talk about. Hey, G Dillon. Just say. Do you got anybody on this earth living right now that you tell every single thing?
No. And so.
Cause you know some people gonna get mad soon you say that shit.
So, you know, I got probably, I don't know, under 10 partners that are my dude.
That you call friend.
Genuine
Cause
friends.
we all have a bunch of accomplishments, but you call them friend.
Friends. You know, cats, the majority of which I've known minimum 25, 30 years.
Okay.
I think I can see you in that group, and I think
you my friend.
I think we known each other probably the least amount of time, and we known each other several years.
Yeah.
But I don't tell everybody everything. Like I got different partners who like it depends on what the subject matter is. You know what I mean?
You know, some of them talk too much.
That I discuss. I don't really worry about that so much.
Okay.
But it's just like some people I know are better at certain types of things.
Oh yeah.
You know, and I'll
like me and you know, we can have real life conversation. I got some partners I know I can't have. If I want to talk about some silly shit, that's my man. But I know when I want to have a real life conversation, you one of the key guys I go to. I can't talk to this motherfucker. This motherfucker don't know I have a serious conversation. This motherfucker's silly. You know what I'm saying?
Like if I'm having an issue with like some money, financial, legal type shit, you know, I got a couple partners that I know they kind of excel in that type of shit.
Okay.
Either that's what they do, or I know they have a lot of experience in it. You know, like relationship shit. Not all my partners really, either some are divorced, some are whatever, you know, but not everybody's in the same space.
Yeah.
In the same space.
So you might talk to the person who more so.
Right. Who's
space.
kind of more or less living it at the same time.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, and then so I don't tell everybody everything. You know, I got a partner like if I'm like some of my, you know, I'm in the carpentry and shit like that. I got motherfuckers that I talk shit about. You know what I mean?
So my thing is, and I know what you're saying too. My thing is, now you got pieces. You got like a puzzle. I'm gonna get 1011 this. I'm gonna get Johnny Dang this. I'm gonna get such and such as this. Which means we all kind of get it with still your whole life for the most part.
Oh yeah.
But my thing is, you got some shit on this earth that nobody know about.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Only you. and God.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Just say for instance, if you had $500,000 just in cash, just say you have your money in cash. You know, a lot of people, older people or whoever, they don't believe in banks. So I'm gonna save all my motherfucker. I don't want to put my money in the bank. I'm gonna have $500,000 cash money. And is it anybody on this earth that you will let them know where every single dollar is at, and they got access to it?
Nope.
Nobody.
I
feel the same way, and I was like, and I hate that I feel like that, but that just, that comes from living in the world, though. You see what shit happens, and you're not a naive dude. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this: so nobody aside from my girl. I mean, we married, so.
But I'm just saying, you let her know where every dollar at.
Yeah. Because you know what? Because I would be afraid that, well, first of all, we married, and there's a level of trust. But second, I would be afraid that I would have this shit here some fucking way, and then something would happen to me, and there'd just be some fucking money somewhere.
See, man, you feel totally different. Even with my girl, I just feel like, don't get me wrong, you gonna be taken care of. My girl be taken care of. She might know where 400,000 of that shit at. Whatever. If 100,000, if I gotta die and 100,000 just come up and you gonna have to find it or you don't find it, I'm just gonna deal with that. Cause and I hate that I think like this at times that I don't know what you're gonna wake up and be on one day. You might meet you a motherfucker, or we might get into it. Motherfucker, I took all your money and all that shit. And
yeah.
So I ain't gonna lie to you, G Dilla. I'm always hold that motherfucking 100,000 now. Cause when you just think about this shit. I know me and my mama super tight. Everybody, I'm super tight. If I fuck with you, we super tight.
Right.
And I know my mom was super tight. But just think about how many people have passed on this earth, and you did find money. Like, this motherfucker got money. Yeah, motherfucker. What? Motherfucker don't be telling motherfucker everything. You be searching the motherfucking coats and shit. This motherfucker got 9,000. This motherfucker over here. This motherfucker had this account over here. This motherfucker had this account over there. You know what I'm saying? I have seen that over the years when people pass and shit. People be like, man, I didn't even know they had this motherfucking money.
I've never personally seen that. I mean, I've seen like people pass and the assets that they had left, it turned into a big ass chaotic mess with people from over here coming in, everybody got their hands out, that type of shit.
Yeah.
But like even like with my folks were pretty organized financially and so I'm an only child, so I didn't have to really deal with that. And my family, it's just not that type of family. You know what I mean? We just have not really had them kind of issues. So it was like stuff that they had. And
you read though, nigga.
I called my family over and I'm like, well, you know.
Well, nigga, you know that's a rare occurrence.
If you see something over in this motherfucker that you want, you know.
You know that's a rare occurrence though.
Yeah, I do. I do.
It's very rare.
Because like I said, I've seen the opposite of that. I've seen families who went through like years. Yeah. And
they don't talk to each other right now today.
Court shit.
You'll be like, bro, you still ain't talk to your brother about this shit? I know, man. Fucking. And I don't want like the Showcast laying out there to get it confused like I'm selfish or not. Like I said, if I have $500,000 cash, my girl have access to 400,000 of that shit. Make sure my daughter is taken care of and all that shit. I'm gonna just always have that kitty to the side. It's one of them in case of emergency break glass type shit. I feel I ain't trying to do nothing with it. I ain't trying to go trick off and all that shit with it. It's keeping that for me in case you motherfucker do want to just act silly and shit and take all the money and run off and shit. So you know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing. Oh, this motherfucker shiesty and he trying to, no, it ain't one of them things. Cause I'm gonna make sure I ain't gonna have 500,000 and I'm spoon feed you and I really fuck with you. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't shiesty like that. You gonna be well taken. We'll be well taken care of. So I mean, 500,000 ain't a lot more, but I'm just saying you'll have the same shit I have. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, cause I like the thought I always had, like, you know, you play the lottery and shit, and I always felt like if I hit like a big chunk of money, you know, I would split it in half. Mm-hmm. Half of it, you know, we have in our account. You know, that's our shit. and can't nobody fuck with that unless the other person is aware of what's going on. And then that other half, we split that. She get that 25%. I get the other 25%. Now that's your shit. You do whatever the fuck you want to do it. The other motherfucker ain't out here pocket watching your shit.
And
If you want to go down there and spend some money on your mama and your sister, I don't give a fuck. Go do shit.
And that's how I feel.
But this money here and this 50%, no. We got to talk about that shit.
And G Dillon, that's how I feel. I feel like a lot of time I would be trying to pocket watch. If I give you 300,000, just say today I can't. You gave. I mean, we on the show. You don't know where I got this from because we doing business. But just say we won on this shit. I give you 300,000. You ain't finna be saying, "Well, nigga, how much you?" I'm not.
No, I ain't gonna ask you
like,
shit else.
I might say, "Damn, nigga, you hit a lick, huh?"
I would be like,
you ain't finna be saying, "How much you got? How much you got?"
I'll look at it and I'll be like, "Man, you sure?" You know,
exactly.
Like, I mean,
you ask that now because we on the show. Like, this motherfucker to cut a deal without me. You got a right to ask that. Like, hey, where does the money come from?
But I mean, I ain't past that. If it's
you appreciative,
yeah,
like
I'm like, damn, nigga, thank you.
Hell yeah.
You see how they say? You see, I said, nigga. You see,
right? Yeah. But motherfucker be talking about some. Well, how much you got? What the fuck? How much you ain't did
what
shit?
What kind of dumbass question is
that? You ain't did shit and I gave you 300,000. But that be pocket watching. Cause you want to fuck off his 300,000 and be like, well, 10, he got 2 million. I'm finna fuck this off.
I'll get more later.
That's what the fuck that be. That's all it could be. Cause why the fuck you care about what I got? You know I always got to play devil's advocate on this motherfucker.
Oh, absolutely.
So when you just said that, it made me think about it and shit. Like, I ain't gonna let this motherfucker know where every dollar at, but you'll put your shit in the bank every fucking dollar with these white folks.
Yep.
And they have ran schemes, Ponzi schemes. Huh?
Oh yeah.
So but I don't think a lot of people out there in Showcase land think about that shit. Cause I ain't think about it. Now it makes sense. Like, you want to put the whole 500,000 in the bank too? Shit, cause they'll fuck you up too. Shit. So what'd you think about that? You ain't probably never thought about that shit either.
Well, I remember back in the day, our boy Bill Cosby. this
not Jello pudding, man.
Yeah, this is Jello pudding. Bill Cosby. Shit, this ain't the other Bill Cosby.
Leave Bill alone, man.
This ain't the on bullshit Bill Cosby. But he was like, man, he's like the best advice he could ever give anybody in terms of having money was sign your own checks.
I got that from Oprah too.
And Oprah said the same thing. Yeah. Steve Harvey
I got it
talked about it. But his shit even went further because he was signing the checks and making out the checks. This motherfucker just wasn't cashing the shit.
He's got
you know, he wasn't well. They were taking the money out of his account, but they weren't sending the checks to the IRS. Exactly. You know, so he said he would see the money coming out of his account, say, "Oh, cool, good."
But that amount, yeah.
But he wasn't really looking into the transaction. Yeah. These ended up just being like big cash transactions, I guess, rather than like when you look at your bank statement,
payment to the IRS,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right. So he didn't go far enough into his shit to see really what was going on.
He just seen that money coming out and like, okay,
right. Well, this is the amount that I make.
13,000. He said, yeah.
Right. So, yeah, you gotta keep an eye on shit.
Oh, you gotta be on it, just like what we just said about the happening. You gotta be on top of your shit. Guess what? Ain't nobody out here gonna take care of you like you, man.
All this shit takes effort. Going back to the previous subject, talking about happiness and taking care of yourself, it shit takes an effort. You can't just sit around and expect shit to just be.
I just posted that. Yeah, you can't expect shit to just fall out of the sky and a miracle gonna happen. I don't give a fuck who. I don't give a fuck who you vote in that motherfucker. Let me stop crying. I don't care how many times you pray to God. I don't care how many times this or that. You think a miracle is gonna happen. You got to put in the effort and you got to make it happen. Well, I pray to God 5 times a day. Yeah, they always told you God help those who help themselves. You think, oh, I'm very religious. It's just gonna happen. That shit. Like Martin, that episode came, motherfucker knocking on the door. Gina said, "Martin, who the fuck that?" He said, "I don't know. It ain't an opportunity, motherfucker." Shit. So, hey, motherfucker, don't just come knocking on the door. You gotta go grab that motherfucker. As they say, the bull by the horn. You gotta turn that motherfucker. You gotta wheel that motherfucker in. Shit, cause that bull ain't gonna just guess what? That bull ain't just gonna come and sit down in front of you. You got to go get that motherfucker and twist that motherfucker, bring him in. Shit.
This is something that a lot of people don't get, and you can have the greatest idea in the world. Mm-hmm. You could be doing some shit that you love, like we doing this.
Oh yeah,
I love this shit. I have a ball doing this shit.
But without putting it into action.
Still, at some point in time, when the rubber meet the road, this shit turn into some fucking work.
Yeah.
And there's some effort that has to go into it.
Guess what?
And if you're not dedicated to that and dedicated to that grind,
guess what?
It was just how good an idea it is.
It was just a thought in our head at first,
but
then we know we got to get this, we got to get that, and we got to make it come to fruition. And this what feel the best out of anything it is. This is something that was in our head, and it came to fruition. But we made it come to fruition.
Right.
We take time out your day, and we come up with shit, and we bring this shit to y'all, so it don't just fall out and shit like, I'm going to fall out of bed, and I'm going to be right here in front of the microphone and shit.
Oh, yeah, because I think a lot of people are very used to seeing, they see successful people in successful situations.
They don't see the progress.
They don't see the backstory.
Yeah, they don't see the backstory.
You know, even like when you're talking about like podcasting. You know, it's a lot of people out here podcasting. A lot of people have very successful podcasts, but they have very large platforms already. Mm-hmm. And so they were able to switch that part of that platform into a new venture. You know, but like doing this shit from the ground up, shit is a grind.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And it takes
what you say,
time,
the rubber meet the road, you got, you ready? G Dillon, you ready?
You know, a lot of these guys who have these, who are able to do that and already had these platforms, they really didn't even. They didn't even have to invest.
They had the money
into
They
it.
had the money. They already can get the mics. Then they had the audience. They already had a hardcore fan base. So if you have a hardcore fan base, they're gonna follow you anyway.
Right.
Whatever you do, you can sell draws or you know what I'm saying. Motherfucker gonna buy. I'm buying them draws. So.
But I see people all the time. Yeah. As soon as that shit turn into a job, they out. Cause they want, want it, cause they either they don't love it like they thought they was gonna love it.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
Or I hear like big time coaches like Luke, like Saban at Alabama talk about it ain't about it's about the journey and the things you do during the journey. And he said that gives you more appreciation for the end result. And it also helps make the end result more attainable.
You gotta love what you do.
When you doing part of the journey, and that journey is a grind.
You feel good.
That journey is a grind, and you gotta be willing.
Yeah, because people put in 2 weeks or just a regular job. They get them a couple checks and motherfucker be out. The motherfucker don't want to work. The motherfucker get them a couple checks and the motherfucker be out. Or motherfucker start these top podcasts or boutiques or whatever they do a few weeks. Or the numbers go back down, and any business you gotta know. I mean, life in general just go up and down, up and down. People see it go down, they fuck out. But you spent way more money just getting the shit up and running. At least I feel you gotta get something at least a couple years.
How many times? Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
How many times have you heard motherfucker at the job talking about? Now they been there 6 months, a year. And they talking shit about getting promoted.
Yeah. They ain't a supervisor. I done heard that a lot.
Like,
motherfucker, I've been for 10 years. You told you would be a supervisor, and I've been the plan, motherfucker. It ain't like I've been.
And then my thing is like, so what is it that you've been doing that's so special?
And I know I'm 10 times. I know I work with you for you. I know I'm 10 times the work you is. So what the fuck?
Like really? Yeah. All right. If that's what you really feel,
I call that microwave. In the microwave ever. Okay. People think shit's just supposed to happen fast. Now you gotta put this motherfucker in the oven. You gotta let this motherfucker marinate. You gotta season this motherfucker. You gotta put in the oven, the crock pot. Let that motherfucker want to put it in the microwave 2 minutes. G, I'm straight. Shit don't work like that.
I'm thinking every time I see your ass, you trying to figure out how not to do some shit.
Exactly. That shit don't work like that. But hey, G Dillon.
Yes, sir.
That's something else. Hey, are you a motherfucking? You know what I'm saying? I know. You kind of in a peculiar spot. As far as errors and shit, merging and all that. Are you a motherfucking fellatio guy? Do your motherfucking lady have to do the fellatio? Do your motherfucker got to get on this motherfucking microphone, no homo?
So, I done had...
polish the shaft.
I done had years to think about shit like this.
Years? God damn, I've been thinking about this shit.
And as long as I can remember, like when I was a younger guy, you know, that was like sacred ass territory.
Nigga, you still young.
Motherfucker slobbing that thing.
What you call it? Slobbing that thing.
But it just ain't never had that draw to me. It just never was like a big thing to me. Like some motherfuckers act like they can't live without that shit. And it feels good and all that, but it just ain't never been like
you know right now the time we living in. If you ain't doing that shit, you motherfucker ain't going. You know that?
Really? So shit has changed. Cause like before,
before
it was kind of looked upon as like it's the type of thing like some girls did it, some girls didn't.
I'm not.
Same thing with dudes eating coochie and whatnot. Some dudes did, some dudes didn't.
So you don't know like all these motherfuckers got to do that shit now.
Really?
I give it.
Apparently, I grew up in the wrong era.
I ain't gonna say the wrong era. You grew up in your right motherfucking era. You just don't know what's going on in the era now.
Yeah, no.
I say like anybody who 40 years old and down, if you ain't no coochie or you ain't polishing the shaft, they ain't gonna fuck with you like that no long term.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ain't know that? You ain't heard that?
I hadn't heard that, man.
Oh yeah, man.
I hadn't heard that.
They got songs out. These guys, these is the hook and shit. If the coochie don't come with the head, I don't want it. And then you got a popular song out now by the girl Ice Spice, and she say, that nigga thought I was feeling him. That nigga munch. Like, I don't like you. You just eating this motherfucker. And, oh yeah, that's a big thing. That's a big thing. If they ain't doing it,
I can't even remember the last time I even really had a conversation along them lines. But it was just never like that big a thing to me.
oh no.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't nothing, it was never anything that I felt like I had to have. I always been like coochie. That's my goal.
She want the coochie.
I'm like, all the rest of that shit is cool. Hands and all that shit is cool. I ain't gonna turn none of it down. But that's where I'm trying to get right there.
As my man Max say, motherfucker want that hot mouth now, man. Hey, no. Hey, you gotta have that motherfucking hot mouth. No, hell.
So
trust me. Just say if you and your old lady was separated, you try to get a young girl. If you ain't a younger girl, she 40, trust me, 40, maybe older. She 40 and down, I can guarantee. If you tell me, well, I don't eat no motherfucking coochie, they gonna be
say, motherfucker, you think motherfucker gonna send you packing this shit, send you on your way?
Yeah, you wasted your motherfucking time. You wasted your motherfucking time.
We have a lot of discussions about like some of the younger generation and like some of the shit that they do and say and whatnot. And sometimes that conversation ends up motherfuckers are kind of fucked up. But I have to say, that's some enlightening ass information.
Oh, yeah, that's the truth.
And that kind of give me like some new respect for these motherfuckers.
No, I ain't saying that to be funny. I ain't saying that to be funny.
No, I didn't think so.
That's some real.
I didn't take it as that.
Real. I mean, I had a conversation with a girl one time, and you know what I'm saying. She was like the guy had a girl. He had a girl, and he was messing with her like on the side. And she was like, well, that's for you. Okay, let me get this right. She was like on her cycle, and the guy asked her, like, okay, you on your cycle, you can give me some head or something. And she's like, no, that's for your woman to do. And I got that all in the same sense. I got that. But she be giving him head all along. So what the fuck is the difference from you being on your cycle? I can see you saying that's for your woman to do if you don't do it in general. Like, I ain't sucking your motherfucking wee-wee. That's for your woman to do. But you suck this motherfucking wee-wee all the other time you ain't on your cycle. But when you got off your cycle, you said it's for your woman to do. Like, that don't make sense to me. So it didn't make sense to me.
What is her point? She trying to say that she only has been doing that for her?
That's what my whole thing was. So that means you ain't trying to satisfy him then. Like, Because you knew at the end of the day, if you ain't on your cycle, you going to get some. You
Right.
look like, I can't get nothing now. So that's why I said that was just an excuse for you to
So
say.
if I can't get off, ain't nobody getting off.
Exactly. That's how I took it. Like, so if you on your cycle, don't tell me, like, oh, that's for your girl to do. Motherfucker, you was already polishing the shop all the time. What the fuck you mean?
Because, I mean, throughout my life, it was like, it was different categories. It was girls who weren't really fucking with it much at all. It was girls who would, like, if they thought it was something you really, really liked, they would do it.
Yeah, please.
But they wasn't really
Yeah.
into it like that.
They just please you.
And then some girls, that was like they thing.
They got off on please
Yeah, that
you.
was like one part of the shit.
Yeah,
that
you
they
had like
did.
you had like category.
Yeah.
You had which is
So-
what we call freak. That motherfucker super freak, like Rick James said.
Yeah,
So you get regular motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I'll probably get in some trouble. But like I remember, like I had
That shit old, man. That shit old.
I had it a couple of times, and I remember the first time like a motherfucker really did that shit for real. That shit
With
was
you?
that shit was groundbreaking. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this is what this shit's supposed to be like.
Your motherfucker told you that throwing up gang signs.
Man, I was
No,
like-
if you book.
I was like, the rest of these motherfuckers been bullshit.
You say this motherfucker, hey, she really want to do it. She know what she doing this shit.
I was like, man, that motherfucker did that thing. I was like, hey,
I
I was kind of stuck. I couldn't even. I was in such a zone. I couldn't even hardly get no coochie after that. I was like, whoo, shit.
Hey, that first time G Dillon got that first good head, that motherfucker put on that jacket and
Oh,
meet me
man.
at the altar in your white dress.
Like, man. I was like, the rest of these motherfuckers been straight bullshit.
Yeah. So you know what I'm saying? But yeah, G, that's what's going on now, man. If you
I have to say, motherfuckers let motherfuckers know what they want.
so if you ain't going no motherfucker with nowhere, but if you get single, you just know you fuck with them young girls.
Cause like I know dudes coming up who always want to get their thing sucked. Always.
Even
But you couldn't
Even
put
back then.
you couldn't put a gun to their head to make them eat no cooch.
they was bullshitting though. They was eating coochie. If a nigga getting this motherfucking wee sucked all the time and he swear he don't never ate no coochie, nigga be lying. Niggas
Think so? They be lying.
I know motherfucker be lying. And then you'll talk to these girls, they'll be like, give you that motherfucker look like.
that motherfucker the grand
You really think he ain't never got down on ate this motherfucking taco? You lost your goddamn mind. She more disappointed in you for believing this shit to him.
Yeah, right. Motherfucker, you believe any damn thing.
You
You
believe
sick.
that shit. Bro, he told you how I did all this shit. And you just know how motherfuckers feel about certain motherfuckers and how they light up when they talk about them. Like, yeah, he ate that motherfucking coochie. You just know he can lie to you all the fuck he want to. But yeah, that's a big thing. And that's how era changed, though. Era changed like that from what?
I'm impressed. With that.
Anal went all big back then. That shit. I swear they told me when I was growing up, that's how HIV got spread through anal and shit. That's what they told me when I was growing up. You know what I'm saying? So, which I know is like bullshit, but I'm just saying, as time changed, motherfuckers doing anal left and right, motherfuckers doing head left and right, and so, oh yeah, that's how shit working. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, how do I say this? I mean, I never felt like any of that shit was off the table, when I was coming up.
Look at that freaky dicky ass motherfucker here.
And I always, I guess, have had the willingness to give anything for the most part, a try at least once, maybe twice, just to see.
Well, sound like he's smoking weed and stuff.
But I guess I always felt like anything two grown motherfuckers doing between them is their damn business.
It is. It ain't everybody else's business.
But I guess as I have gotten older, I have kind of settled into I've kind of settled into the shit that I like.
And that's why you pick your certain people who fit your mold.
Right. And
like, I ain't got to have that all the time.
And,
she ain't tripping about that all the time.
And,
so,
we do, we do what we do. And
Yeah.
I ain't really giving a fuck about what another motherfucker's doing.
Yeah.
But
that's a fact.
But yeah, growing up, I done tried a whole lot of shit.
You did it. That motherfucking freak. That motherfucker had his Rick James wig on, playing Super Freak. I knew it. I knew this nigga did that shit.
And they busting out of L7.
Well, no, man. Hey, whatever y'all do, man, like G Dilla said, that's y'all personal business, man. But don't feed me the bullshit. You can't shit in my hand and call it a Snicker bar and shit. I'm saying this shit. That's a Snicker. This shit, motherfucker.
You call it whatever you want, but I know it.
I know, motherfucker.
I know what I call it.
Gee, that's a candy bar. Eat it. Yeah, okay, motherfucker. You go shovel that shit in my hand and talk about it's a motherfucking Snicker. That shit, motherfucker. Manure. So, but as we say, man, just out here love yourself. Just treat each other good and, keep your eyes open. I think a lot of us, we got our eyes open with these cell phones and all that shit. We blinded by what ain't reality, and we looking at social media, walking up the street, fucking with these phones. Motherfucker crossing the street, I ain't even looked up once to see a motherfucking car coming. Open your motherfucking eyes out here. Look both ways. They taught us that when we were little. Look both ways before you cross the street, motherfucker.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we gotta, like you said, take care of yourself. Self-help that's number one key out here, though. That's to keep us going. Just loving yourself. Black man, everybody, black man, y'all go to the doctor, get yourself checked out, because a lot of us don't like to do that shit either. Y'all bald mouth motherfucker go to the dentist. Motherfucker out here smiling and shit. So motherfucking shit look like a motherfucking train tunnel and shit. So
this is kind of off.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna wrap it up, but go ahead. I want to hear what's going on.
So speaking of health, I think we in recent years we've been hearing like people with issues with colon cancer. Black Panther.
Yep.
Died from colon cancer, and there's a lot of stigma around having a colonoscopy. And for those of you who don't know, when you get to a certain age, generally I think it's like 45 or 50.
Yeah. My doctor told me I think 45.
You're going for your baseline. And a colonoscopy, all that is you go in, they give you a little medication to make you sleepy, and they lay you on your side, and they take a little tube with a camera on it. And before, prior to that, you have to clean your system out. So they give you the solution the night before, and you start taking the stuff, and it basically kind of gives you almost kind of like diarrhea, but it helps flush your system. And that's probably the worst part of the process. Okay. The next, you go in and they take this camera, this tube, and they run it through they put it up your rectum.
Whoa.
Hey, look,
you
man.
put it up your motherfucking rectum. What the fuck?
Hey. What's the old joke?
Go ahead.
Rectum, you almost killed him.
Rectum.
But, and they take this camera and they run it through your system and they look for these things called polyps. And polyps are potentially precancerous. So they remove those polyps if they find any. If they see any. And then you wake up and you go home.
Okay.
So it's a lot of stigma in people's minds about like that process. Oh man, I don't want anybody fucking around my ass and all this old silly shit. Like motherfucker. Right. First of all, what make you think that a motherfucker just want to fuck with your ass?
Your big old funky ass. Your big old funky ass, motherfucker.
I was talking to one of the nurses. Me and my wife, last month, we just had our colonoscopy. And I was asking the nurse, I was like, so how many of these a day do y'all do? She said we do about 120 a day.
A day?
A day.
Every day?
Every day.
Damn.
I'm like, really?
It's a good thing to me because it let me know it is a lot of people checking up on their health. So if everybody did it, it'd be twice that. Go ahead.
So I'm like, really? She was like, yeah. I was like, that's quite a few. I said, I could have imagined it being more. She was like, yeah, no. She's like 120. That's about all we really can fit in the course of the day, based on the number of doctors,
a lot of motherfuckers
and all of that. And so in the past, I've had a couple because my mother had colon cancer, so I actually got started because of the family history. I actually got started having them a little earlier than the average person.
Okay.
And like they used to give you like a little Valium, you know, to make you sleepy. But like you would wake up and you would be kind of groggy and feel a little shitty. So this year was my wife's first time, right? So I've been telling her, I'm like, you know, I kept telling her, I'm like, look, don't get all that other bullshit out of your mind. It's just.
So she had a lot of bullshit in her mind too.
But she was
about
like
what she heard about it.
I was like, it just ain't nothing like people make it out to be. I'm like, it's just not bad. And but like now they've changed the medication, I guess, in terms that they give you.
Okay.
And they give you a little fentanyl.
What the fuck is that?
You know, that's that shit that that's
fentanyl. Like
yeah,
fentanyl. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And man.
That's a drug.
So,
shit.
dude, man, when you wake up from that shit, it feel like you done had the best fucking sleep ever in your life.
Hey, can y'all prescribe me some of that?
So my wife,
I need some sleep.
My girl, she been talking shit like for weeks. I'm like, yeah, I might have to see if I can have him put some little fentanyl in this shit because when she woke up, like my wife don't have like no history of like getting high and a lot of drinking, none of that shit.
Yeah.
So when she woke up, she was like, she was looking for me. We walking down the hallway.
You was with her.
I was standing right next to her. She was like walking. She kept turning.
Hey, so she up in the motherfucking sky with Elroy Jetson and shit. Like, Elroy,
man,
wait.
Man, we was blown. That shit had you blown.
Yeah, but.
You go home, and then you go home because they won't let you leave alone. You know, somebody got to take you home. You go home, and then you like sleep for like a half a day. Oh, it's the greatest shit in the world. I'm like,
this motherfucker hype. This motherfucker had New Jack the collar.
I said, how motherfuckers complaining about this shit? Because like the night before, you know, you got to drink all this fluid. Like they give you this jug, and I think it's like a half a gallon, maybe a gallon.
Yeah.
And it's like some powder in it, and you fill it with water. And over the next, like every 20 minutes or something like that, you got to drink like so many ounces of this
water
shit.
Or that.
This solution.
Okay.
And then after about a half hour or so, then you start going to the bathroom and it starts coming out. And then your stool is getting clearer and clearer. And generally, so you do that night. And then when you wake up early the next morning prior to going in. It's like for a few hours. And then you take the rest of the solution.
Okay.
And then by the time you get there, everything that's coming out of you is clear. Because they don't want, and you're not allowed to drink like any kind of like colored fluids like grape juice or shit like that.
Okay.
Because they want to be able to have a clear view of everything.
The cameras and shit. So.
But I guess my point is, all the people out there, man, don't
look at your camera and tell the motherfucking people, man.
Don't believe that this silly shit that you hear motherfuckers say. It's just like motherfuckers telling you about sex in grammar school and shit. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. That colonoscopy shit is cool.
Go get it, right?
Go get your shit, taking that shit is a pain in the ass for temporarily, but
temporary. That's the key word.
Even that's only a couple of hours out of the process that you're doing that. Man, go get that shit done. You get you a good rest in for the day. And
my mom always talk about that. That was a key word you said, man. My mom always talk about that. I'd rather go through temporary pain than permanent and forever pain. So
yeah, and
go out here. Y'all go to the doctors. A lot of motherfuckers have insurance, like I said, dentists and insurance.
Yeah, don't take advantage of that
shit.
Shit.
Like, take your ass to the doctor. When they say health is wealth, that ain't just say that because they ran. How you gonna build wealth if you ain't even healthy? So health is wealth. Take care of yourself. You better go through this temporary pain. And motherfuckers don't be wanting to know that. Don't make it ain't gonna go away. If you got cancer or something, motherfucker, you need to go where they can catch it early. And we try to manage this shit. I don't know why people don't get that. I'm glad I do have a concept of that. I have some of my own issues at times that I had to take care of, but I was never scared of the doctor, dentist, or nothing. I want y'all motherfucker to get me right. So all the people out there, I don't care if you white, black, especially blacks, we get everything, though. We get diabetes, we get sickle cell, we get that a lot of other motherfuckers get. So take y'all ass to the doctor, man, because I want to see y'all around while man G Dylan recording this podcast.
And just
Showcast.
And so people know, like me, because I have a family history, I get them every 5 years. People that don't have that family history and they have that baseline colonoscopy, sometimes they shit they don't have to have another one for 10 years.
Yeah. So and then motherfuckers scared to go even then.
And it's just, man, it's just some simple, easy ass shit.
Take care of yourself, man.
And you know, and they're having issues nowadays because they've lowered the age that they want people to have a baseline, because younger and younger people are coming down with colon cancer, and I'm sure there's somebody studying, you know, why that is. Is it maybe it's the diet that the average American is eating? But I mean,
take care of yourself, right?
Man, take care of yourselves, man, out here.
Take care of yourself, man. I know we've been holding y'all. We ain't gonna hold y'all, but that's a serious matter. Health. I know we laugh and we bullshit a lot up here, and you know we just like to have fun. But if you ain't healthy, you ain't gonna be around and have no fun with us. Goddamn it, your ass is gonna be maggot food. So take care of your motherfucking self. Take care of your family. Do what you're supposed to do. And hey, we ain't gonna hold you much longer. What you got? You got something to say, G Dillon?
Hey, look here. I want all you all out there to take care of yourselves, take care of one another, love each other like you want to be loved, take care of yourself, and treat people like you want to be treated. And that's all I can ask. If we can manage to do that during the course of a day, things will be better.
Love will conquer all, man. So we gonna get ready to get up out of here. Wrap up episode 14. Hey. It's the 1011 Showcast. I'm your host, DJ 1011, with my co-host,
G Dillon.
And we is out of this beard.